Welcome to this video lecture. Myself, G. Tangam, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics from Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss about a subject, Physics for Information Science with the subject code PH8252. So we can move on to the first unit, that's about electrical properties of materials. Course outcome of this first unit is, after successful completion of this course, the students will be able to infer the electrical properties of materials like electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, Weidmann-Franz law, density of states, and so on. First, we can see one definition in this first unit, that is conducting materials. What do you mean by conducting materials? If a material is allowing the current through them, then that material is called conducting material. For an example, if you consider iron rod, through this iron rod the current can be passed. Then we can call that iron rod as a conducting material because it allows current. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss about the first topic, that is classical free electron theory, which comes under unit 1. In this first we can see about the postulates of this theory. The first postulate for classical free electron theory can be explained by this diagram. This diagram represents the atomic structure. So here we have two color balls. One is in orange color, another one is in blue color. So if you consider any solid or any material, it is made up of atoms. That is this atom. In this atom, we have nucleus at the center, that is represented by orange color ball, and the electrons are revolving around this nucleus in an orbit. So that's your first postulate. A solid is made up of atoms with a nucleus at the center, and the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Then we can move on to the second postulate. To explain this, first let us consider this container. This container is a closed container and it is filled with gas. So inside this we have gas molecules. Here these gas molecules are moving inside the container. Just like this gas molecules, the electrons are also moving. So they obey kinetic theory of gases. Because these electrons are moving like a gas molecule, they obey kinetic theory of gases. So this electron possesses the energy of kinetic energy of gas molecule, that is 3/2 kBT. Then the third postulates of classical free electron theory, that is in the absence of electric field. So if you see this diagram, in this diagram we have two color balls and these balls are moving inside this container. Here these blue balls represent electron and the red balls are holes. Here when they move inside the container, they will collide with each other. Just like this, when the electrons are moving inside the material, they will automatically collide with other electrons or with the positive ions. That is your third postulate of classical free electron theory. This happens only in the absence of electric field. That means we are not connecting it with any battery. Then we can move on to the fourth postulate, that is in the presence of electric field. This can be explained by using this diagram. So we have a material here and this material is connected with the cell. Cell means it is a battery. So we have two terminals. One is positive terminal, another one is negative terminal. When this material is connected with the battery means we are giving electric field. That means that is in the presence of electric field. What will happen inside this? So inside the material we have electrons. That electrons are drifted towards the positive terminal of the battery. Because when an electric field is applied, we have given some electrical energy to this material. So due to extra energy, these electrons get accelerated and they will have some extra velocity. So due to the extra velocity, they are drifted towards the positive terminal because negative charges are attracted by the positive terminal. So these electrons are drifted in the presence of electric field. This is your fourth postulate. Then by using this postulate, we can explain two definitions. The first one is drift velocity. Already I have said about that. When an electric field is applied, in the previous one I have said, what happened? These electrons are drifted. That means they have extra velocity. Due to the extra velocity, their movement is called as drifted. So due to the extra velocity, they are drifted towards the positive terminal. That velocity is called drift velocity. Then the next definition is mean free path. Path means normally it is a meaning of distance. So here what distance? When an electron is colliding with the first electron and it will move some distance, after that electron will collide with the another electron. So between the two successive collision, this electron is moving some distance. That distance is called mean free path. That is the average distance traveled by the electron between two successive collision. Then the third definition is relaxation time. So just like previous explanation, we have three electrons. The first electron is colliding with the second electron. That is your first collision. After that, it will take some time and it will move some distance and it will collide with the third electron. That is the first electron is colliding with the second electron. After some time, it will collide with the third electron. So between the first collision and the second collision, we have some time. That time is called collision time. That is given in the second paragraph. Then we can move on to the first one, relaxation time. Relaxation, that means it will be in the equilibrium position, relaxed position. So when these electrons are applied by electric field, they will move towards a positive terminal. That is called disturbed position. From the disturbed position, it will move to their equilibrium position. For that, it takes some time. That time is called relaxation time. So hope you have understood something about classical free electron theory and some definitions related with this classical theory. Thank you.